Hello everyone, today in this video we will fight against the atmosphere of our world around us, and we know that there are different forms of artistic activity of humans, like literature, like art, sculpture, painting, and since the end of 19th century there is also a cinema. Cinema means movies and so on and so on. Maybe this movie will not be very typical to my channel, but from time to time I decided to talk also about this issue, I mean old cinema, because I don't watch many movies. Actually, in recent years I practically don't watch them at all, but when I was watching them, I was and I still I am still a fan of old cinema that brings us joy, some reflections, and fun. One of the movies I would like to recommend to you is the Swedish production from 1957. It was the year of the premiere, first month of 1957. It took place in Sweden, so the movie was done most likely in 1956. And the director was not someone else, but Mr. Ingmar Bergman, and the title of the movie is Seventh Seal. I like it because it shows the medieval scenery of Northern Europe in a very realistic way. The main character comes back from crusades and death meets him, and he challenges the dead, proposing to his or her or it proposing to that playing with chess, and they start the game. And in parallel to this chess play with that, because it's not all the time, for each move on the in the chess play that appears and invites knight to play again, to make another move. And knight is quite good chess player, but as we know, that has to always win. At least that thinks like this, so that is cheating him in a different way to know his plans with respect to the moves in the chess play. But many things are happening, and at the same time, in parallel, when knight is spending his last days of this world, he has some adventures. He realizes what's the most important in life, and at the end there is Dance of the Dead, a lot of symbolism. I do not want to go too profoundly into any symbolism because it's not all about it, but I really like the few concepts that are represented in this movie, like the fact that the dead has no face, it has a mask. So maybe we should think, maybe death itself as we imagine it doesn't exist. Maybe it's a transformation, or maybe it's something else, or simply maybe our imaginations about death and life imposed on us by our cultural background are not fully resembling the reality. Of course, in this movie we have many symbols, not only Christian symbols, but also some Masonic symbols and other symbols. So we see that in this masterpiece of the cinema, that's why I like it, we can track if someone is observant. At least I see it like this. I'm not looking for many symbolism and sense of life in this movie, but I see within this production nice presentation of the European, some people would say Western, but I would say mainly European, Latin civilization plus Protestant, so a little bit influence of Jewish civilization according to the classification of Felix Konechny. One can track the different approaches and explanations of the essence of death and life that are merged together within the European, or some people would say Western region of the world. As I recorded one movie before, there is nothing like Western or European civilization, but there are some common historical and cultural values for the main native nation of the Western world. So in this sense, this movie presents the common and different interpretations and imaginations about essence of the death and life that are present among the nations of the Western world. I really appreciate it. It's nicely done movie. Some people say that there are some historical inaccuracies, like the the mourners and weepers who were going from the city to the city during the times of the plague, that they claim that these massive movements occurred a little bit after the Crusades to the Palestine in 14th century. But okay, these are small details because, as I said, the medieval reality of Western Europe is very nicely depicted in this movie, and it gives really incredible atmosphere and pushes us to consider some important issues of our life and thinking what's important to do during this time we have on this world to use how to, it pushes us to think how to use this time properly and wisely. All the best, have a nice day, bye.